Hi everybody, this is Fresh, aka Blue Phoenix. Today I'll be looking at more Bitwig Studio 2 beta new features. Specifically in this tutorial, the Polysynth changes that they've made. And what I'm going to do here, first of all, I'll just show you. This is currently Bitwig Studio 2. So I've just got a very simple project going here. I've got a bass line that's a polysynth that I just kind of dialed in myself. And then this is some pads. Very simple Phrygian mode chord progression. And this is one of the presets for polysynth that comes with Bitwig Studio. In Studio 1, this is what polysynth used to look like. So we can kind of do a side-by-side comparison here. And you can see that it's actually a lot less cluttered now. It seems like there's a lot less features here, but there's actually a lot more, thankfully. So you can see that they've removed these the LFO section, completely gone, and this expression section is also gone from the new polysynth. The main reason for that is that we can now add here, we can add our own LFOs. And you can put this on any of the parameters you want. So, boom. So there's no reason to have LFOs inside of the polysynth because of our the new modulation system here with Bitwig 2. I'm trying to get rid of it now. So okay. So they've gotten rid of all those sections, and then they also moved the oscillator FM is now actually this knob here. I'm not exactly sure what it does. It changes the filter cutoff frequency somehow. So basically we have a lot of cool new features that they've given us here in Bitwig Studio 2. So let's go over unison real quick. Let me solo the bass. Let's just say we add some unison at the bass. Previously you had no control over the stereo field. Right now I've set it all the way to mono. And you can see as I dial that in, the stereo effect gets better, so the oscillators get pushed more out to the left and right. That's a new feature in Studio 2. The mix section has been completely overhauled. So we have the knob here between 1 and 2. Let's change this back to 1. It's up just a little bit more. So you can see I can go from square wave to saw wave. That's not new. But what's new are these 6 buttons up here that let you change what the mix knob does. So neg, you can change phase cancellation, wipe. I'm not exactly 100% sure what wipe means. I'll just go through these real quick. AM, amplitude modulation, sine, apply polarity, maximum value. So I suppose if these were completely out of phase, you could have a problem with phase cancellation. You could turn this on to fix that. I'm not sure how that's any different than mix for this particular sound. AM does something weird. I think it's just one oscillator is controlling the volume of the other. Sine. So it sounds a little bit grittier than mix on this one. And then max. Anyway, there's another setting for you to play with. So that's pretty new and cool. They've also added a built-in high-pass filter. Not a really good idea with the bass. Let me set this up on the pads. So there you go. Something you typically do with pads is you turn on a high-pass filter to get rid of those lower frequencies. There you go. They've also added a drive knob. I believe that's new. Sorry if that makes it too loud. This is a little bit more apparent on the bass. So you can hear it's getting a little bit grittier as I turn up that drive. So that's pretty cool that they've added drive in there. We also have now the feedback knob is new. I'm not entirely sure what this does. I think what it takes the output and feeds it back in through the input. Anyway, it tends to make your basses beefier sounding, a little bit more bassy. So you see it's a little bit more crispy here, and then more feedback, it's more beefy bass. Feedback knob is new. We also have on the filter section, it looks totally different. So they've got the buttons to select which filter are a little bit bigger, and your knobs here now have symbols instead of these abbreviations. Also, the filter envelope is down here. The knobs are bigger. It's a little bit easier to work with. So resonance, key tracking, and envelope. So I can turn that off. And you can change the curve. Okay, so that's the filter, and they added a waveshaper now to the filter. Which is wonderful. That gives you a lot more creative freedom here with this synth without having to have a whole bunch of other stuff in your device chain. Waveshaper. That is, okay, well, one more thing, sorry. You've also got the filter envelope, and the amplitude envelope can now be used as modulators, which is handy. So let's say I want the amplitude envelope to change the resonance or something weird. Okay, so you can see that there's an envelope now on the resonance. Whatever, so you can modulate other parameters inside of here. One thing I've not tried yet is, say, for example, if I take a reverb, put it on the effects, can I now take this over here? I sure can. That's very handy. So, not for this particular device, but I can now have this guy's amplitude envelope adjust this. Awesome. So that sounds terrible now. Okay, so for the presets, there's actually a lot of presets here, and well, actually, I take that back. There's not a whole lot here yet, but hopefully, when it ships, there'll be more here. Ghosty. And fortunately they give you all kinds of knobs here to adjust it right out of the preset, so that's handy. Anyway, that's about it for the Bitwig Studio 2 Polysynth. It appears to be a very versatile synth. I don't know that I would necessarily replace the synths I use. I use a lot of Yuki synths, as you see in my other tutorials. But I think for somebody who's new to producing, this would be a really powerful tool. And it's also nice, for example, I've got a Surface Pro, and I put Bitwig on that. I think for producing on the go, so to speak, the Polysynth will be really handy actually to just built into the program, and low CPU usage. So at least I think it's low CPU. Anyway, hope you found that helpful, and I will catch you next time. Bitwig Studio 2 is supposed to come out on February 28th, which is 6 days from today. So if you buy Bitwig Studio 1 today, you will get a free upgrade to 2 when it comes out. So anyway, I hope you found that helpful. I'll see you next time. Bye.